Hello, Danvers. My name is Gayla Bartlett, and welcome to Lead On, where I get to talk with some of the most exciting community leaders that we have doing exciting things. And today with me is Melanie O'Neill, the founder and president of Rustic Marlin. Welcome, Melanie.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and be a part of this.
We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
So first of all, for our viewers at home, if you could tell them what Rustic Marlin is and where you're located.
Sure. Rustic Marlin is a home decor company, and right now, we've been located in Hanover, Massachusetts in the South Shore. We've been there since 2015, and we make personalized products. The whole business started, my husband and I were getting married, and we wanted to give special gifts for our wedding, and we couldn't find the right thing. We had been fixing up our house at the time and decided to gift a few signs. I think many people do that. But fast forward 10 years later, and we have an entire business and a wonderful team, and this is what we do now.
I love it.
Thank you.
So you're bringing joy to the masses. So you have another shop. So tell me what is so exciting about your shop and what makes it unique and different.
Sure. What makes us unique about our products is that we are made from solid rustic wood, and we can personalize a lot of our products. But when COVID happened, we launched a campaign called Signs of Hope. And during that time, nobody wanted to go near anybody.
Right.
So we needed to find a way to really sell our signs. They were heart signs that we wanted to give people. We are just a manufacturing facility, but we just put a couple hooks outside, and we said you can Venmo or put money in the box, and people came down by the droves. And they wanted these heart signs to really show support for essential workers, and they wanted to raise funds for those that were most impacted by COVID. And it took off so well, but I decided just to put other items that we had outside for sale, and it took off. So what we decided to do, and we still have an entire outdoor shopping experience that is still on the honor system. So we're open 24/7. People can come by and they shop, and they absolutely love it. So many moms love their kids can be napping or their kids can be running around. It's pet friendly. There's always a little bit of something to do. You can take photos. Sometimes we have free paint your owns for the children, and we try to make it an experience for people. And we love just being a part of the community.
I love that. I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
And it's so fun when you can do something different.
Our entire operation was pivoted, and it's such a core of who we are now.
That's great. I love that. So one of the biggest things that you're here to talk about today and raise awareness, obviously, for is the Blue Dot Project.
Sure.
So if you would like to lead the viewers through what it is and why you decided that your company was going to support such an important conversation.
Yes. So we launched Signs of Hope during COVID, which really is a sign that we realized how much it can give somebody hope or a smile or show them support and really change somebody's day. And so much has been in the news recently about maternal mental health that I think for the first time ever, with so many instances happening throughout the country and especially local to Hanover, that an outpouring of women. I felt like my social media feed was, for the first time, they were sharing these stories that they never even told their sisters and their best friends. And I was overwhelmed. I didn't even know what to do. And as a female leader, I just felt propelled that I needed to do something. So I dove myself into educating and learning so much. I have learned so much in regards to the medical world and also the policy world, and how many people are fighting for this behind the scenes. And it is still something that nobody is doing anything about.
Right.
Women are bringing their children, and the doctors are looking at their children, but nobody is really worried about mom. And they are so impacted, and suicide is one of the #1 things that are impacting women. And the stories that have just been pouring out, I had to do something. So we wanted to really take this to a new level, and I wanted to start by launching just one sign that represented everything. And as I was looking through everything, I saw inspiration of one sign that said, postpartum depression, it's okay, you can talk to me. And there was something about that that I loved, but I thought it might be odd in people's offices or in different spots. So I really started to research, and I discovered the Blue Dot Project. And in general, the blue dot symbolizes it's okay to talk to me, and it's just supposed to be like the pink ribbon, but nobody knows about the blue dot. So I reached out to the Blue Dot Project to learn more about them, to see if they wanted to partner and how we could make it be something more. And they were very excited. They were so excited that somebody was just propelling the Blue Dot forward and talking about it. They were less worried about the raising funds and more about that conversations were starting and that people were being there. 100% of our profits is currently getting donated to the Blue Dot Project, and they use that to support maternal mental health, to raise awareness for the research and the resources and everything that women need. So that is definitely happening. We have raised $10,000, which I haven't even announced yet.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm so excited. That is so amazing. I am so excited to keep that going and keep the momentum happening and sharing the word. So we're definitely celebrating, and this is beyond my wildest dreams. It was a little weekend project that I started, and I just became so enamored with doing something, and it has become so much more. And it isn't just one sign. We've expanded the line, yes, to have 3 different designs. And we have the twine signs.
Which is mine. I have this one. I bought it. I love it.
Thank you. And we have so we have twine signs. We have blocks that are great for a shelf or a desk. And then we also have keychains, which people love, and they can have it anywhere they are. And basically, we took a few different angles. This one is definitely the most popular. It has blue dots within it, but it's for all the people who really just want to do something and feel that they need to do something. And it's very subtle, but it's also perfect for this time of year, great for a front door, and they're giving back, but having a beautiful sign.
That's powerful.
It is so powerful. And then we have Stronger Together over the blue dot, and a lot of people are giving that to their friends. I've had businesses buy it and give it to all of their female employees.
Beautiful.
I have one woman who owns a hair salon, and she bought 100 to give to her clients, which is unbelievable. And then we also have a Moms Matter heart that is built of several blue dots. And that tends to be for a lot of women who are in that bestie stage, that a lot of their friends are going through it and they're living through it. So there really is something for everybody who's looking for something different. The reason why it's so successful is because everybody feels this connection.
Right.
And you can also give it to anybody just to change their whole day. What a lot of people have been doing is writing messages on the back of the signs. And this is just an example that I have. You can just use a basic Sharpie. I have had people come up to me and say that they're bought a bunch for their friends, and they wrote a whole bunch of messages on the back of the signs, and they're just leaving them in their mailboxes.
Beautiful.
I've had people say, you've sparked me just to call my friend that I haven't seen in so long, and we had an open conversation. So I love really that we are talking, and we are getting people to talk, and we are really starting to have a small impact on this big issue.
It's huge. And I think one of the nicest things about this is when you go to your website and you look at the Blue Dot Project, which is phenomenal, their website alone and their Facebook page with all the positive reinforcement for women. And, you know, these are some of the facts that I found that I was blown away with, that, you know, 1 in 5 women will suffer.
Unbelievable.
From postpartum mental illness, right? Anxiety and depression has risen 31% in teenage girls, and they're saying that there is a very high possibility that those girls will go on when they have children to have postpartum or any kind of depression from having a child, which is horrifying. But thinking that we don't have the skills to cope with the moms that are suffering from it now, what are we going to do with 31% of the teenagers when they have children if we don't act now? It's like we're in a crisis. The mental health system, as you know, is a mess, and this is horrifying.
It is beyond horrifying that nobody is talking about it. And I think from my side, I realized I'm just as guilty as other people. When women come back to work, they might talk to me about their most intimate body parts, or that they're not sleeping, or problems with their child, but nobody's going to come back and say, I'm not there 100% yet, because that shows weakness. And that's what I think propelled me to realize I need to show people that I'm there for them, whether it's physical or mental. They're going through a time when they need support. They can't be judged, and they really need anything to help them. We make so many, you know, adjustments to a desk or a computer to really adapt for somebody's lifestyle. We should also do this on the other side. So how can we do more? What can we do? it opens a whole other world that we're a small business and we don't even have the resources. But at least I feel like I'm letting people know that I'm here and I want to listen to them and I want to try to figure out how we can do this. And it's amazing that women have no idea where to turn.
Right.
The good news is that so many people are talking about it, and they have the hotline that so many more people are calling. They've seen such an increase in calls. So that is wonderful. And I also think this is a chance for a lot of grandparents and sisters and friends are saying, wow, I really need to open the door and be there for my friend, because often the husband can't even see what's happening because he's tired too, or he might be going through something and not even recognize what is happening to somebody. And everybody handles things so differently. And as I'm learning, a lot of the policies are really trying to involve more pediatricians and how they can be checking in on mom at the same time. I'm learning also how they can give support and resources to the grandparents and other people that are there. And then I'm learning even more how many women that just don't have anybody, or from different backgrounds and different socioeconomic classes and racial classes that really are left with no choice but often lose their children temporarily or permanently. And we need to be supporting those women and helping those women or taking care of their children while we're taking care of them and help them through this. It is just devastating that we're not really there for, like you said, 1 out of 5. And yet we're not allowed to talk about it. That's crazy.
Right. And then they were saying that men too. It says all in the Blue Dots website, right? 1 in 10 dads experience postpartum mental health disorders. So the dads feel it too, but yet they're not going to talk about it either. Because if the women can't talk about it, you know that the men can't talk about it. So, and then less than 15% of women receive treatment for this. Less than 15%. Horrifying to me.
It is so horrifying, but yet they might receive treatment for so many of their physical ailments. I think people just feel like this is normal. This is what it's supposed
you'll get over
to feel
it.
like.
You'll be okay.
It's your baby blues, and I feel like the baby blues sounds like a cute little term.
It's not
and
cute,
it's not. It's it's horrific. And I understand different people experience things on different levels. I mean, your body's going through a change and your lifestyle is changing, but for women, some women need so much more than we're even allowing them to. And one story recently, a woman just wrote how she can't believe what a wonder it's been with her newborn child, because when she had her first child, she had such postpartum issues that she never experienced the joys that she's experienced now, and cannot believe what it is like to experience it differently. And that just really shook me, because you're expected to be happy, and people are happy, and they can't understand why they're not. They've been waiting for this for their whole lives, and it's just devastating. And this is, again, my small piece. I feel like I'm coming from a business side. This really has, I want to do more for the community. I'm very passionate about this, but as I'm meeting with so many other people, I can't believe how many people are fighting for this, and they're out there and they're really trying to get legislation, and they're trying to get better support in the hospitals, and how hard it is, because it's just a conversation that people don't want to have, or they don't think is real, and it's very, very challenging.
It is, and I think what's great is that you're working with other women business owners as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't there boutiques or somewhere else that's selling your products?
Selling our products. We've offered all of our stores to be able to sell our products. Before I even launched, I tried to call different people. I called one of my retailers in Duxbury, Massachusetts, which made the most sense, but she's also a strong business owner who's always up for any challenge. And she immediately said, I don't know what you're going to come up with, but I'm in. I will brainstorm with you. I will be there with you. And we launched this together. I think that's so important. And then many of my other businesses, for sure, women and men said, how can I become involved? And I think that there is something special really to this cause, and that people just absolutely love the idea of it.
So will you continue to take this on the website, for a while, or do you just continue to keep it relevant and in the news? And what is your thought process, or just let the wind take it? Or
I know I was so focused on the launch of it all, and now I'm trying to figure out, my consumers know about it. They've bought the signs. The money we've raised is proof. But now how can I let more people know about this initiative. Obviously, we're talking to your audience, which is amazing, and you never know who you might talk to,
Right.
which is great. So I'm just trying to keep the momentum, and there's a lot, women's postpartum day is in May, and there's a lot of initiatives that are happening in May
Great.
around this. So I'm trying to figure out how can I become involved, what further can I
What
do
walks,
to help.
yeah.
And then I think from there, we definitely have to figure out, how long will it live on the website? How long or is this in the front and center of what we do? Because we definitely do have other things that we're focused on. So how do we balance
Yep.
this initiative with other important initiatives, and how do we support as many people as we can? And we're really trying to figure out, what does this mean and how do we keep it driving forward? I'm always open to other ideas. My husband's challenged businesses and saying, hey, we've had some businesses buy one for every employee. We've had some buy from clients. We've had some buy them for the nursing rooms. What does your business want to do? Or do they want to match our fundraising? Do they want to get involved? Do they just want to have conversations? Some companies are just saying, you inspired me to send out a newsletter to my
great.
audience, which is amazing. So we're just trying to say, who wants to talk to us, who has an idea, who wants to partner, and that's really where we're focused.
And March is Women's Month.
Yes.
So International Women's Day, I like to call it month, year. So
Yes.
this is a great
Gift.
thing as well, a
Yes.
great gift, yeah. And Mother's Day coming in May. These
Yes.
are wonderful gifts, everybody, if you're not getting my hints. Wonderful gifts for Women's Month,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
for Mother's Day as well.
Right.
And especially, I think it's really important to have those conversations and get everybody started and thinking about it. And, I read another statistic, 600,000 women in the U.S. suffer each year from some type of postpartum disorder. 600,000.
And often just in silence.
It's amazing.
And they are questioning
yeah.
themselves, and they're thinking it's normal, and they're scared to tell anybody. It's staggering. The more statistics I read, the more that I learn. And then I'm also feel as though I'm blessed, because I'm also learning how much people are doing every day and how much they've been doing and how hard that they're trying, and women from all different states coming together to really try to get the government to see, and get, medical facilities to see how important this really is. Insurance companies, and how can we get more people on board.
And I think it's great that you've actually taken the initiative to the next level, even as a business owner and as a woman, but you're talking to other people about legislation. Like you said you had appointments today. So
Right.
The fact that you're out there pounding the pavement for this cause is just huge.
It is. I was talking to somebody today. There was a big initiative happening at the State House in a few weeks, and I don't know if we'll be there, but we explored the possibilities. Is there some way that Rustic Marlin could be there? Could we sell signs? Could we represent from a different standpoint? How can we help show other businesses how important this is from our side? And we're just exploring any opportunity that we have to really let women know that we are there. And I did ask one of the questions today, as I said, how is that impacted on fathers as well? And we talked through it, that even just in general, my husband definitely doesn't, you and I chatted a little bit. He is an extrovert, and he definitely talks, but he never meets for coffee and talks about his feelings.
Right.
And women can do that with each other, and we still hold so much back. And definitely there isn't a new dad that talks about that. He's going to talk about how little sleep he gets or how annoying
Yeah.
his wife might be, but he's not talking about how he's feeling, and that's scary.
Yeah. And I commend you, because I did not know about the Blue Dot Project or any of this before I heard about you. So it's amazing that, and I'm like, as soon as I heard about what you were doing, I'm like, on the website, okay, how can I get a hold of this wonderful person?
Oh, awesome.
And I definitely believe that we need more crusaders like you and more people out there pounding the pavement and getting exposure for nonprofits, because without the people taking a risk, there's no one to shed the light. So I commend you for that, and kudos to you for that, and your team and your passion. I just really want to let you know we appreciate that.
Oh, that's so to call me a crusader is touching, and I think you hit on it with the team. I mean, when I come in on a Monday morning and I'm texting them over the weekend and say, I think we need to do this, so many people would say, oh my gosh, I have enough going on. And they immediately were like, I love it. We're in. This is absolutely amazing. And this is a lot of work on top of everything they have going on. And they were all in. They still are all in. And I couldn't be here without their beautiful designs, without their efforts, and really forging everything forward. And I'm absolutely just blown away by the support and the excitement that the team has for something so important.
That's huge. That's great.
Yeah, it is.
And I think when they have a good leader, it helps, because you need the strong leadership too. So that's wonderful. So my question to you is, you've done so much with the Blue Dot.
Sure.
Is there another nonprofit on the horizon, or is there another group you see yourself helping, or have you helped other nonprofits in the past?
Yes, so we launched, we've always worked within the community. It's very hard for us, because we are still a small business, to be donating to every small business or every organization or every race, and every story that people tell me is so heartfelt and so amazing, but we just can't support everybody. I had committed a year ago to doing something with autism in April, so we will have an autism effort from a larger scale. I try to focus on efforts that impact local community ties, but also impact us on a larger scale, rather than strictly something tied solely within the community. But in order to help more people, we launched a program called Signs of Spirit. And this allows people who, maybe they're running a marathon, PTOs, sports teams, any organization or nonprofit that's trying to find a unique way, we can work with them and create a sign, and we can put anything on it, whether it's their logo, or maybe it just says welcome and their logo small in the corner, something that people would want, that they can sell and keep the profits for their organization. And this has done really well. People love it, but it also is a way for us to help a broader audience to a bigger level. And we sell them the signs, and then they manage the distribution, whether they're selling them at a banquet or a gala or at a school, anything like that. That's gone over really well, and people love that program.
I think it's great when you do the things that can give back to the community, and then they can help themselves as well.
Yes.
So that way it's, all these kids come together, or I know as a Kiwanian, we're always looking to do things for fundraisers, and trying to get the logo out there is huge.
Right.
From a branding 101 standpoint, you have got to get exposure. So, what better way than to have a logo with a sign?
Sure.
And I just think it's great. I think it's great what you're doing. The community, your website's gorgeous, and your graphics, and the way that you explain the Blue Dot, and the stories and the quotes that you put up there are very powerful. So I would definitely encourage everybody to read and to go to the Blue Dot, their Facebook page, their website. There are support groups. There's hotlines with information.
Yes.
So much information, and so many different avenues to get help, which I think is huge.
I would say, for sure, if you're watching this and you just want to buy a sign, for sure, you can go to rusticmarlin.com, and we have a lot of information on the Blue Dot Project. But if you or somebody that you know needs help, I would say the Blue Dot Project has a lot of information. They're also associated with 2020mom.org. They also have a lot of information.
Great.
Their social media is wonderful. And right there, you will find access to everything. You can find the 1-800 numbers. You can reach out to people. You can figure out how you can support somebody else and things like that. There are so many people. I've had conversations with people, and they've been on the night shift from the hotline. I'm so thankful for people like that. It's not something I would be so scared I wouldn't even know what to say.
Right.
So I'm just doing a small part in this larger puzzle, but there's so many amazing women that are out there and supporting us, and there's so much information at our fingertips. In the world of today, we can find it all, but we just don't even sometimes know trusted resources. And that was important to me, that I vetted it out and made sure that this was a place that women could turn.
Right.
And now I'm really starting to talk to some local organizations for postpartum depression, and seeing how potentially moving forward over the next 30 days or so, I could start doing more initiatives to support on a local scale as well.
That's huge. Thank you so much for being so wonderful and coming today. I think that's great.
Awesome.
Very excited. Everybody, you've learned about Rustic, Marlin, and the Blue Dot Project today with Melanie. Thank you so much. You're phenomenal.
Oh, you know, one other thing I was thinking,
yes.
if you ever wanted to take a ride down from Danvers, we do have events sometimes.
Events.
Our next event is the day before Mother's Day.
What are we doing?
From 10 to 2. You can come buy everything and shop and take photos, bring your mom. There'll be other vendors there. We always have so if you're ever going to take the trek, there are some North Shore people, since I'm from around here, that come down. It's always a fun time to do something tied to an event.
Day before Mother's Day?
The day before Mother's Day.
I will get a girl posse together and we will go.
That would be amazing.
I will be there.
Yeah, there's other vendors. We're going to have mimosas and flowers and so much, a place to take photos. It's just a great event. And it's, you know, a chance if you're going to take a ride, I would suggest not going this week or in the next few weeks. We're under construction, getting ready for the spring, but then we will be there. It's just something unique and different to do.
Well, we like unique and different.
Awesome.
And in that way, we can pick up more signs.
I love it.
While I'm there, I can get more blue dots. I love it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, everybody in Danvers, for joining us today on Lead On. And we had a wonderful conversation today. And hopefully you've learned some more about postpartum. And we will talk to you soon when we come back and talk to some other community leaders. Take care, Danvers.